The UN's most powerful body has said yes to the fourth round of sanctions against Iran over its nuclear program. Within the past hour, the Security Council approved a draft resolution that's said to be the strongest international grip Tehran has ever faced. Well, let's cross live now to Marina Portnoy, who's in New York for us for more on this. Marina, how did the voting pan out?
Hi there, Alice. Well, Resolution 1929, as you mentioned, was adopted and approved by the Security Council in a 12-2 vote. Now, Lebanon, a non-permanent member, had abstained from voting, but Brazil and Turkey both voted no. Both countries have said that they believe the Security Council did not explore enough options, did not exhaust enough options with Iran before implementing these sanctions. And also, it's worth noting that Brazil and Turkey, of course, were the mediators, the countries that were able to strike up a deal with Iran on a fuel swap program that would have had Iran commit to sending approximately 1,200 kilograms of its low-enriched uranium to Turkey. Now, this was a deal that the big powers were trying to broker at the end of 2009, at a time when Iran had a much lower amount of low-enriched uranium, and now that's why it was something, what was being billed as a cooperative confidence-building measure, is something that the big powers say don't work anymore. That fuel swap deal doesn't cut it because Iran now has twice the amount, they say, of low-enriched uranium it used to have. So Brazil and Turkey underscoring the fact that they do not support these sanctions that, of course, have been spearheaded by the United States and Western allies and have now been approved.
So, Marina, break it down for us. What does this new fourth round of sanctions mean for Iran?
Well, it's being said that they are much tougher than the previous penalties that have been imposed on Iran. I mean, we have to remember these are the fourth round of sanctions. Now, the resolution calls for a ban on Iran pursuing any activity related to ballistic missiles capable of delivering nuclear weapons. It also bars Iranian investment in activities such as enriching uranium, and it prohibits Iran from buying several categories of heavy weapons, including attack helicopters and missiles. There's an annex as well, Alice, attached to this resolution that imposes individual sanctions such as asset freezes or travel bans on 40 Iranian organizations and or companies and one Iranian individual, that individual being the head of Iran's Atomic Energy Organization. So now with this resolution, 75, according to reports, 75 different Iranian organizations and or companies and or individuals are facing individual sanctions from the United Nations because of this controversy with respect to Iran's nuclear program.
Now, how is Iran likely to react to this? What's it likely to do now?
Well, we have heard over the past few days, if not a week, the Iranian leaders speaking out against this. I think that even Iran knew that these sanctions were going to be adopted. And the president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, saying that his country would not stop or halt their nuclear program because they maintain that it's being used for peaceful purposes. And of course, the U.S. and Western allies believe that Iran's using their nuclear program to build their enrichment program, rather, to build nuclear weapons. And also, we've heard Iranian leaders and even the Iranian ambassador to the United Nations say that this was not a good confidence-building measure, is not a way of engaging the country whatsoever. And if the U.S. and its allies are going to act this hostile towards Iran, Iran is going to consider ways of that it will possibly react. A bit vague, left for interpretation, but obviously they say that this is not something that's open and closed. This is something that's going to continue because they feel that in some way they're being provoked. Also, to underscore one more thing, Alice, I just want to mention there are those analysts and experts that believe that the sanctions are not as tough as some are billing them to be because they don't include an embargo, an oil embargo. They don't target Iran's energy sector. So the United States, the U.S. officials have come out in recent days saying that they hope that this is just the first of many sanctions to come that the U.S. plans on possibly implementing unilateral sanctions on Iran and for the European countries to follow suit. So we'll have to see how this all plays out, but obviously not a good day for Iran.
Okay, for now, Marina, many thanks. That was RT's Marina Portnay reporting for us from New York.